So we went to the cutest Christmas farm with our niece Ophi, and she got to see all of the different animals, and right now she's absolutely obsessed with the Grinch, which I don't blame her for. He's the best. But literally she has been begging Mandy to put on the Grinch movie like every single day. And it's funny because she doesn't even really know what's going on in the movie, like the dialogue and stuff. She just wants to watch them dance and sing and have a great time. And there was this Grinch animatronic at the farm that she just stood and stared at for so long, and we would leave and she'd want to come back and see it again. She was obsessed with the Grinch. It was funny though, because when we first arrived at the farm, we were checking in, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, we see Santa bounding towards us. And not really towards us, towards Ty. He had a mission. He spotted Ty across the room, and Santa was like, I need to go up to this man. And what did Santa say to you?
I see Santa coming down the stairs. He locks eyes with me, and
Yeah.
he says, you, right there, you need a selfie with Santa. And I was just like, okay. He came up, put his arm around my shoulder, and now I have a selfie with Santa, and I'm gonna treasure that.
No, it was a magical moment, guys. Like, that was the Santa, okay? And now we forever have a selfie of you and Santa. I almost think we should frame it and put it up for Christmas on our walls.
Another thing I took away from that is now I have a beard to aspire to. Because mine's a little wispy right now, but like his, perfectly shaped.
He probably brushes it, shampoos it.
Or maybe he's magic.
It's a magical beard, for sure.
Might be, yeah.
For sure.
That's how I'm gonna explain it.
So here's the deal. We are going to watch 3 movies that used to scare me as a kid.
Very Christmassy.
Super Christmassy. Listen, so I know it's Vlogmas, but the way this is Christmassy is that we have a Christmas tree in our bedroom as we watch. And the setup is actually really cute. Tumnus loves this tree. It makes the room all colorful and Christmassy. So that is why this counts as a Vlogmas video.
The tree is watching us watch something scary.
Exactly. So that is why this counts. These 3 movies, somehow they're all from the 1980s. I don't know why it worked out that way. I think there was something a little bit crazy happening in the brains of the directors back then, because these movies should not have been for kids. And the first one we're gonna watch is called The Black Cauldron. Came out in 1985. It's about a pig keeper. Yeah, a young pig keeper who goes out on an adventure and meets a very evil being, okay? When my sister and I were kids, we would always watch movies at my grandma's house. Like every time we went there, we would watch a new movie or a movie that we loved. And one day she came to us with this new VHS tape. And I don't remember if she got it secondhand or from a library or from like a garage sale, but it was all of a sudden in her house and we were excited to watch it. She had never seen it before. She just heard it was a Disney movie. And obviously Disney movies are made for kids, so usually happy, they have a good moral, you know, they're all like happy-go-lucky fun times, right? We put it on and immediately my sister and I saw that this was a very dark movie. Something we weren't used to watching at such a young age. I was probably like 7 or 8, maybe 8 years old. My sister would have been like probably like 6. And so as we watched, my grandma would come in the room and she would pause the movie and be like, hey guys, you doing okay? Do you want to keep watching this? You sure it's okay? And we'd be like, yeah, this is great. Keep going, grandma. And she would like pause like an, I don't know, 20 minutes later, be like, are you okay? It's kind of scary. And we'd be like, it's fine, we love it. Well, we both went home and had terrible nightmares. And not just for one night, for an entire week, we could not sleep. We were crying. My grandma felt so bad. And so she eventually got rid of this VHS tape. She said it seemed a little bit evil and just very dark for kids. To say this movie was banned is a bit of an exaggeration. It's kind of a buzzword. It's, you know, easy to put in a title. Really, it just became less accessible for kids to buy and rent. And this was more, I think, in the 80s and 90s because parents were complaining about how scary and dark this movie was. Now you can get it on like Disney Plus, which is how we're gonna watch it tonight. And I haven't seen it since that time. Like I've seen some clips of it because I've talked about it in videos. I've seen pictures of it, but I haven't like sat down to watch the movie. So what we're gonna do is we have 3 movies to watch tonight. I don't know if we can get to all 3. We're gonna try. So we're gonna do a before explanation and then you'll see our reaction after. And we're gonna do a scary scale. So out of 10, how scary is it still? Let's get started.
Christmas scaries.
Christmas scaries, here we go. Alright, so the movie's done. Overall thoughts, if I'm being very, very honest, watching it as an almost 32-year-old adult, I don't find it scary. So 0 out of 10. But if I have to think like would I let my niece watch this? Like, how scary is it to kids who would watch it now? I'd probably give it like a 7 out of 10. It is very dark, very spooky. The good thing is though, evil loses in the end, right? Good wins in the end, which I think is definitely a good thing. You know, we'll give it a point for that. Did you like it?
I mean, it was definitely a movie.
It was a movie, that's true.
And it did warn at the beginning for some scary scenes, so
It
we
did.
knew exactly what we were getting into.
It did.
Wasn't really that scary though.
It wasn't, but I
No,
can see my
I'm gonna
7-year-old
say-
self being scary.
7-year-old Jess was a bit of a wuss.
I was not, because everyone in the world agrees. That's why this movie was banned, because everybody was scared.
I probably wouldn't have been scared.
You wouldn't have been scared as a kid.
Probably not, no.
All right, so we're gonna move on to movie number 2, which is called The Secret of Nim, which came out in 1983. It's about animal experimentation, and it's very disturbing because it's about these rats that are being experimented on, and they grow this crazy awareness and intelligence, and it's very, very scary. And I remember there's this owl in it who has these white eyes, and he lives in this like deep, dark part of a huge tree, and he used to really scare me. This movie has a reputation of being very scary, so we're gonna watch that next. But by the way, as promised, our free item of the day are these galaxy necklaces. I know you guys love these. We came out with these a few years ago, and they come in so many different colors and styles, and it's just like a galaxy trapped inside a necklace. So if you would like one, you can go head over to our shop, and as long as your cart hits a minimum value of $10, you can add this free galaxy necklace to your cart. Let's watch the movie. My personal opinion, that one actually held up. To me as an adult, it's not like the scariest thing, but if I'm thinking about kids now, it gets an 8 scaries out of 10 scaries. But Ty's been sitting here, yawning, saying, this isn't scary. This isn't scary.
I've never seen these movies before. Like,
You
we're
have
going
to-
down your nostalgia trip right now.
I know.
Sure, these are movies that I probably should have seen as a kid.
You should have.
I haven't, so I don't have the connection, and I'm really trying to understand at which points you're finding these to be scary.
How could you not know? The rats?
I watched Terminator when I was like a little kid.
That's
It's
true.
one of the first movies I remember.
But you have to change your mindset and be like, what would a 5-year-old think of this? Try and think like a 5-year-old. So we have one more, which I'm sure Ty is very glad we're finishing off this streak. It is called Return to Oz. Now, I've watched this probably 4 or 5 times in my adulthood. My sister and I both agree it's terrifying. Holds up as being scary if you watch this as an adult, okay? 10 out of 10 scaries. There's this witch named Mombi. She lives in this castle, and she collects these girls and takes off their head, and she's able to like switch which head she has on different days, so she's always looking different. And she has this hallway of like glass cabinets of all of these girls' heads in there. It's terrifying. And by the way, this isn't spoilers because this is also from the 1980s, so if you have not seen it, you've had like 40 years. You're in for a treat.
Am I?
Yes.
Because the other two, unfortunately,
This one will be
haven't
scary.
been living up to your explanations.
This one will be scary, I swear. Now that, ladies and gentlemen, is a finale. 10 out of 10 scaries. Amazing. You must agree.
I can at least understand that one for being scary as
Yes!
because there's a lot of fire and a lot of yelling.
So out of the 3 that we saw, that one was the best?
I wouldn't say it's the best.
What do you
I'd
mean?
probably
You just said it
say-
was the best. So which one's like the best overall? Like forget about scaries, just the best movie out of the 3.
I mean, probably the second one we watched.
The Secret of Nim. Anyway, it's literally midnight right now.
Yeah, I'm
we need to
tired.
go to sleep. He's like almost falling asleep watching these movies. But just so we can end off the video with more Christmas vibes, because this entire time it wasn't really that Christmassy. We went to a Christmas light show, and it was cool because we were able to like drive around in our car. So we were able to bring Tumnus with us, and he was like looking out the window at the lights and stuff, and it was really cool, and it was like snowy and kind of stormy. So we'll end off the video giving you that Christmas light magic. Here you go. Bye, guys.